times, and here in the Hudson Valley, we are seeing a significant spike in the number of people getting new pets.
I just happen to know one of them. I'm going the wrong way. Sorry. Cameron got me all confused. As well as Jonathan Gordon.
It's me, yes.
There she is in Katona with everything you need to know about raising a puppy during a pandemic. Jonathan, we love to hear, though, that these shelters are getting cleared out during this time. That's the positive.
Yeah, that is certainly the positive. Always good news. People are turning to these shelters to get these pets. And we have something really special for you today, because getting a pet is already a challenge. But now you add on this pandemic, and there are new things you have to worry about. And we have Sarah Hodgson here, who is a pet expert. I mean, you are an animal behavioral expert, and we have this adorable little puppy, and we have Coda, who is 15 weeks old. And talk to us about how we should be getting these puppies socialized, particularly in with the pandemic, keeping everyone safe at the same time.
I know, it's so funny because there's so many books, and I've written a bunch of books, and you turn to them now, and the first thing you'll read about a puppy is socialize, take them out, have them meet people, sign up for a class, take them to daycare. Boom, dead in the tracks, can't do it. But socialization is no less important, right? So I've really put a lot of thought and energy into it. I've come up with what I call the SRS protocol, send, stroll, reward, where you need to take the dogs out, and it's less important that they make physical contact, but it's so important that they associate food and fun with being out in the world, with seeing people, with seeing dogs, with seeing, with hearing noises and trains. And if you're driving down the road and you see some road construction, pull over, roll the window down a little bit, take out a can of dog food or some dog treats, and just feed your dogs so they associate that experience with good things.
Absolutely. And what can you show us quickly when you're shaking, especially with Coda or with this cute guy here?
Yeah, here's Skippy. Skippy is imprinting with me for a week, so we're just helping him socialize and get on a good sleep and housebreaking schedule. Right now, my tortoise is kind of walking onto the set, and you can see Coda's never seen a tortoise. So if I jerk him or I pull him away, he's going to get nervous every time he sees an animal he doesn't really identify with. My tortoise actually thinks he's a dog, so when he sees a mat, Katie, you want to take him off set? When he sees the dog mat, he wants to climb on and sit with the dogs. So, but you saw what I did is I played something I call the Find It game. I'm using what I call a treat cup. I made it out of a washed gum container. So I shake the sound so the dogs associate the sound positively.
And you see it working. You certainly do. And
instead of hand to mouth, I'm dropping it. So Coda has to look down, which breaks the staring.
Absolutely.
Staring is key.
And so, I mean, obviously a lot of really interesting and new techniques people have to adapt to. We're going to be back in just a little bit. We'll have a couple more dogs, and we'll bring you some more tips on bringing puppies up during the pandemic. We'll send it back to you guys.
We have actually seen a big spike in local pet adoptions.
Yeah, and News 12's Jonathan Gordon in Katona this morning talking to an expert about raising the puppy during the pandemic, choosing the right dog for you, and really so much more. Jonathan, I just adopted little Dolly. So like many other families out there, I am really paying attention to this one today. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Lisa. You sent me a picture this morning, and I mean that's adorable. I mean, I'm jealous, and I'm surrounded by dogs all day, but that was so cute. And a lot of dogs are not particularly not all house trained, right? It takes time, especially if they haven't lived in one. And this is Ollie. Ollie is from the south. They say from Texas. 8 weeks, and I mean so 8 months. So adorable, and has lived in a home for 2 months. And Sarah, you're back with us, and just talk to us about, a dog like this that you could see, has a lot of energy, likes to pull on the leash, jump at people, bark. What do you recommend to get him kind of leash trained? And then you have a certain rule you like to teach people. So what's your advice?
Oh yeah, the 4-paw rule. So dogs need to be taught from the second they come home, whether they come home at 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, doesn't matter. You just teach them, hey, in our house, nothing happens until you're on all 4 paws. So you can take a treat like this. I've been working with Ollie a little bit. He doesn't jump anymore. He used to jump for the treat, so I just lift it up. I wait. I could offer him a toy. If he jumped for it, I'd lift it up. He has to be on 4-paw rules. So the key thing is a lot of people think, oh, when I adopt an older dog, it'll be house trained, it'll be well-mannered. And they come in at 8 months and they're still puppies. They look like grown-up dogs, but they're still puppies. And a lot of the Southern rescues have lived a freewheeling life. We think we're saving them, but in their mind, it's all they've known is kind of going their way and doing what they want. So Ollie got brought into a house after living on the street. Rug is absorbent, grass is absorbent. I could do rug, I could do grass, whatever. So he was having accidents, and he was so good-natured and enthusiastic that every time anybody walked through the door, stranger, friend, family, he was up, climbing on the door, reaching, and all of these things, they just need time and patience. And a lot of people think, oh, if I yell at them, that'll work. But it really scares them. And then they get more manic, and then they develop like snapping behaviors. So with dogs, food, fun, teach them that 4-paw rule. I always say sit is the equivalent of please. So sit. Oh, he's feeling a little camera shy.
And he was doing it before.
Yeah, sit. Good. He says, I'm tired. Good boy, here we go. Well, anyhow, he's generally perfect with the sit. But notice I'm not going to give him the treat unless he sits. And if he doesn't want to sit, that's fine. He doesn't have to, but he didn't get the food.
And so it is really good advice. And you can see, earlier he was doing it, and we couldn't get him on this one. But we're going to come back in just a little bit. And we're going to have bring another dog in here, give you a little bit more advice. Because, again,
on separation anxiety.
Separation anxiety next. So make sure you're checking in with us in just a little bit. We'll be right
News 12's Jonathan Gordon is in Katona for us this morning with everything you need to know about raising a puppy during a pandemic. Jonathan,
You might want to go
help us out.
Because he'll focus more on me.
Yeah, as people start to go back to work, there is a new challenge with raising a puppy, right? So you brought in a puppy during the pandemic, and it got used to you being home all the time and to that schedule. And one of those puppies is Willie, 6 months old, adorable. I mean, how cute.
A Cavachon.
Beautiful. And so, Sarah, talk to us about what your best advice is for people who brought in a dog these last couple of months and now they're going back to work. Maybe their kids are going to camp. And particularly for Willie's case, Willie has, their owner's right, has a family with 3 young kids who are eventually going to go back to camp and school. So
They're already going back, and they called me the other day because I had him here as a puppy, and I've been training with him, but he's developed separation anxiety. So he's very nervous if he can't see his family, if he can't get to his family, and it's really an emotional, physiological distress. So yes, when you're adopting a puppy, you want to think about the schedule you're going to be getting back to and get them used to that, because constant attention actually leads to a lot of distress when they can't get that attention, when you're not accessible. So number one, think of your schedule, set up a routine, a place where you're going to leave your puppy, and start to leave your puppy there even though you might be home, right? Get them used to being left alone. Willie, here, find it. Have a whole snack. Good, there we go. The other thing that I've encouraged them to do is shake up the departures and arrival, because Willie's already noticing, hey, when mom picks up her purse, that means she's going, and she starts to stress out. So now we have mom stuff her purse with his favorite toys and balls and treats, and she walks around, picks up her purse throughout the day, not always to leave, sometimes just to play with Willie. So his association to the purse is not dread. The other thing, carry your keys around and play find it. So again, keys mean food and fun, not necessarily isolation. And the final thing is make sure your departures are super calm. Because if you come in, oh my God, we were gone, all the dread and the stress the dog felt is just going to be relived. And then let's say it's not you, it's the postman, but the dog thinks it's you. It's all hopeful and excited because you have these manic reunions, and then the devastation, and then it sets the cycle again.
Absolutely, and super interesting. And you can see Willie obviously is reacting really well to the keys to the purse. You
Exactly.
can see that. Now,
Exactly.
we have something coming up really special. We have a litter of
A whole
7
litter.
puppies, and
their mama.
And everyone is going to be getting adopted, right? Everyone's
Yes,
getting picked
all
up.
the future adoptees are here to get their puppy.
You don't want to miss that, so make sure you stay with us, and we're going to send it back to you in the studio. Yes, they are. This one's kind of wiggling right now, but there is this amazing pen. This is a litter of 7 puppies, and the mom is just off to the camera as well, and all 7 of them are going to be getting adopted today, and the mom as well. They'll be finding their forever homes.
Yes.
And Sarah, talk to us about the idea of what people should be looking for, this temperament test, when they're going to pick up a dog, particularly anytime, but during a pandemic as well.
Yeah, so I often get calls of people looking for dogs, and do we get a rescue? Do we get an older dog? Do we get a puppy? How do we pick one puppy from a litter? And maybe could we get two because we're home to take care of them? My hard and fast rule is never adopt more than one dog at a time, whether it's a dog or a puppy, because you want that puppy to bond to you. When you go to a litter, they're all gonna rush you. You're gonna just not know, how do I pick? There is a science to it. You wanna make sure the dog you choose is best fit for your lifestyle. And in my book, Puppies for Dummies, 4th edition, I have an assessment chart that is up on News 12 now, so your viewers can download it. But there are 3 hard and fast things you wanna look for. You want lifestyle, is my lifestyle loud? Do I have young kids? Do they have to be able to roll with the punches? If so, you want to do a very simple test where you just take some pots and you bang them together. Oops, sorry, I stepped on a puppy there. Sorry, baby. You put them down. As you see, this is a very stable litter. One reason this litter is so stable is that they have spent their entire 8 weeks with their mother, and that's an important cue. Try to adopt a puppy that's been with their mother. Another
Sarah,
thing.
I know there are tons of these tests, and we'll get to all of these, and I know they're on our website, so people can take a look at them. But we're going to send it back in. Obviously, I mean, this is adorable, right? I mean, all 7 of these puppies are going to be adopted today, getting their forever home during a pandemic. That's the latest here in Katona. Jonathan Gordon, News 12.